Alright guys, I have a lot of people asking me how to find the area when there are more than one shape put together. Okay, you are going to work with a lot of this in 7th grade, so this is just an introduction. And I'm going to show you only one way. In 7th grade, you're going to learn a few different ways. Alright, so we call these actually composite figures, okay? All that means is 2 shapes, or 3 shapes, or 4 shapes are put together to make one shape. So what you want to do first is look at your shape, and you want to figure out how you can break that shape up this entire figure here into multiple shapes that you know what they are. Okay? So squares, rectangles, triangles, trapezoids. You're looking for those types, parallelograms. Any of those shapes that you see, that's how you want to break it. Now, a key here is, this is called the addition method, by the way. And what you want to do is make sure you always break that shape up into right angles. Don't ever try to do slants, because that's when you'll mess yourself up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up into 2 different shapes here. And I see that on the top I have a square. Here's my square. And on the bottom I have a trapezoid. So, what we like to do is always make a plan first. So, my plan is I'm going to find the area of that square, and I'm going to add it to the area of my trapezoid down here. Okay? The next thing once you do is you're going to write out your formulas. So what's the area formula for square? You can do length times width, you can do side times side, whatever works for you. You can do base times height, that also works. I'm just going to say a length times width. Okay? And then I'm also going to find the area of the trapezoid. That's a new formula for you. So the formula for area of a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay? Now that we have figured out our plan, we're now going to fill those values in. Okay? So I'm going to do the square first. Now I could just count these up, because that's really what area is the square units inside, but I'm just going to go ahead and actually do it. So how many squares in length is this? It is 2. 1, 2. So that right there is 2. So I'm going to fill that in. And then the width, since it's a square, it's equivalent. 1, 2. So that's 2. Now I'm going to do the trapezoid. It really does not matter which one is base 1 and base 2, because you're adding them. It does not matter the order you add in. I typically do the top one is base 1 and the bottom one is base 2. So the top one is base 1, the bottom one is base 2. So I'm going to count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I'm going to get the height of the trapezoid, and it's from the distance between the 2 bases is the height, and I got to make sure I make a right angle. So I'm going to start from base 1 and count to base 2. 1, 2, 3. And the height is 3 units. Okay, now I'm going to find the area of both of the piece sets. Well, the square is really easy. I can do that first. 2 times 2 is 4. Done. Okay, now I'm going to do the more complicated formula. Now, technically you can do this in a couple different orders because of order of operations and distributive property, and all those things can happen. But I think it's just simple if you go back to how the formula is derived. So what I would do first is do the parentheses. We add the 2 bases. What's 2 plus 6? That is 8. Now I multiply it by the height. So what's 8 times 3? Which is 24. Now when I half 24, that's really dividing by 2. I'm going to move this up a little bit. So I got half times 24. So sorry, let me underline that step I did. I did that step. Okay. Now I'm going to half the 24, which is 12. Alright, so now I've got the area of both of these shapes. So the area of my square is 4, and I don't have any units, so I can put units squared. And the area of my trapezoid I got was 12. So 12 units squared. Now I want that together because they're put together. So to put things together, we add. So 4 plus 12 is 16. So my total area is 16 units squared. And once again, this is just one way to do this type of question. You will learn more ways in 7th grade.